Hey y'all, let's call this like part two to my last video. Y'all, I look a mess in these because they are real, okay? They're real. Real vibes, okay? So I just want to let you guys know this is gonna be really short because I'm just like integrating a lot of what I'm learning after my heart chakra awakening because that's what I was having the night of the full lunar eclipse in Taurus. I basically have gathered this, right? As some of you may know, I have my ascendant or my rising sign is in Scorpio, so I come off. I have a lot of scorpionic energy within me, and I kind of show that face to the world a lot. I realized that my whole life has been about like death and rebirth. You know what I'm saying? Because my soul is like being rebirthed. In a lot of my past lives, I was doing a lot of things that weren't a part of what I wanted for my own soul, if that makes sense or whatever. But now I've been able to like reclaim and like transmute a lot of what was existing before, right? Uh, Existing within my soul before, right? So anyway, y'all, I got to do my hair today. Let's not worry about that. I know it's distracting. Don't look. Okay. Anyways, I let me take a sip of this kombucha, y'all. I'm thirsty. So basically, with that being said, I'm at this crossroads, right? And I can feel the divine like giving me time and space to figure out what direction I want to go down, right? With that being said, I find myself at this crossroads, right? Two roads diverged. On one end, I realized, okay, this morning I'm just gonna tell y'all what my thought process looked like just like 5 minutes ago before I turned this video on. But I was basically thinking like, God, I don't feel, lovable. I don't feel beautiful right now. I just mean right now, not overall. I know that I'm gorgeous. I know that I'm wonderful and gifted. But the issue that I was having is that, like, God, I don't feel like anything that I have is valuable to this world. Like, I have a few people from my community hitting me up, telling me that my words inspire them and, they might be following my journey, da da da. But I don't truly feel like I'm making the impact that I want to make, even when I'm like trying my entire best. But I've seen it, which is the beautiful blessing in it, because God has shown it to me when I've worked my best and been consistent. I've reached spaces that it's not even about follower count, visibility. It's not about that. I truly mean reach. I truly mean, in my mind, what success looks like for me is having this whole community where people are constantly, in contact and sharing love and information and all these things with each other. And like I have that, but it's just, I guess it's just not on the level that I've always foreseen it. But I literally am receiving downloads right now as I'm talking, which is crazy because I just feel like I'm receiving that. I'm in the position now to get to that point, but that's beside the point, right? Because I've already chosen my path. I'm just telling you guys my thought process so that I can share this part of my journey before I welcome people to the communal spaces that we will have on other platforms. But anyways, so I'm sitting here and I'm just like, yo, I'm surveying my life memories and I'm thinking like I've done my best work, or not my best work, but I've done the most work when I was heartless, when I was a heartless fucking wounded ass soldier, a wounded little robots, zombie, whatever you want to call it. Like, that's when I would do it's crazy because the things I love, I slacked at. Dance, I started slacking at in college because it was the depression. Like, I didn't have the money for shit, so my heart just wasn't in it. I felt embarrassed and exposed in that space. But everything I didn't love, I was excelling at, working to get money to get myself to another place and pay for trips. Like, when I was my happiest, I think it was in 2016 when I was last like my truly happiest, like for an extended amount of time. And it was because not since 2016. I had a period like that in 2018 as well. And I will describe these time periods as me being like, not fuck relationships, but like the shit was not on my mind because I had just got out of one that was crazy. I was trying to focus on getting to a new place. I was just very focused, and I was like working a job. I had a direction. I had things that were structures for me to work inside of that were getting me to other places. And I was making so much money. Like I easily kept $3,000 in my bank account just for rainy days on a regular. Now I'm in a position where I can decide like, okay, what do I want to do with my time and my space, since God is sitting me down and giving me this opportunity to embark on this journey. And I just know I have all this time and space and energy to do all these things myself, but I'm working with way less money. Okay. Then I had like roommates and people, I'm not trying to be a crybaby, but then I had like roommates and I had all these case managers and people who could not help but to check in with me. Roommates had to be friendly. We had to be sisterly and share. And these people who were paid to assist me, it was their job to call and check up in this and that. At this point, the older I get, I'm 27 years old, the less people that are there in my corner. And I go out in the world and I try to talk to people and build these relationships. But every time I try, something crazy just seems to happen. Like people literally like experience me and they try to suck my ass dry. When I put up boundaries, it starts to get weird. And then I hear from people way less. And it's just confusing. And I'm just trying to find all these little details that I'm like, okay, I'm trying to find my tribe. Let me tap in with this person and that person. And it's like, nobody chooses me. Like I choose these spaces. It's not just love. The fuck? I choose these business partners, these friends. And people are like, no thanks. Like, it's like I'm not reckless enough for them or something. And then it feels like I'm my most attractive to people when I'm literally not functioning from my heart space fully. So now I have the decision, okay, do I want to keep following my heart space and just trust that something's going to become of it, even though I haven't really seen that happen yet at all? Or I can just close that heart up like I always have done and let that bring all these people to me who are going to love the shit out of me until they really see that I really don't care. And then I have to deal with that. I have to deal with people trying to force me to care when at that point I genuinely don't care. That's the fucking problem that I'm having. It's like when I care, nobody cares. When I don't care, everybody cares. And I don't know how to work around this. I don't know. So, yeah, I have nothing else to say. I feel pretty vulnerable. I'm really grateful for the alone time that I have right now because it's giving me the space and opportunity to process all this and figure this shit out. But I cannot lie when I say that like it's difficult. It's all so difficult. Only people that I'm hearing from like with like love when I'm just silent, when I'm not putting out anything, are people who want to abuse me and love bomb me so that I can let them in to abuse me. And that is really discouraging. So I'm trying to figure it out, y'all. I'm really trying to figure it out. So there's that. Have a wonderful day. Thursday is my favorite day of the week. Today's Thursday. I have a bunch of shit to do. And my apartment is so fucking cold. I don't have heating or cooling in my apartment. And even though California isn't generally like a really cold place, it's been pretty cold lately. And when the sun is not shining on something, it's literally cold, because that's just how desert climate works. So because my apartment doesn't have like a whole lot of, like, my room has a pretty nice window, but there's no direct sunlight, it gets really cold in here. So I have to go buy a heater today. I've been literally putting up with the cold for a sec now. So I have the fucking oven on with the oven door open, and it is like struggle heating this whole place. And it's on 425, but like there's a lot of space to heat, and it's not. It's better, but like shit, like it's something about sitting in the cold with your feelings that like, because like the thing about coldness is like cold air, it sharpens the mind. It like forces you to kind of be more mentally aware and inept. And it's funny because like I've just been sitting in here like processing thoughts, processing emotions. I have so many things that I have to start doing and get started on, and that's fine. But sometimes it's hard for me to find my inspiration when I feel like I'm completely alone and there's nobody. It's like I'm working and fighting for the greater good, which is great. But it's like I don't get to experience love with enough people. And I could be this person that has all these different partners and all this different stuff, but I care. And when I get like that, when I do that, like people start liking me way more. Let's be real. Like when you got options and you got multiple people, I'm very honest about it. I'll tell a person, hey, I'm with that. Like I'm going to see this person this day. When I'm not seeing you, I hang out with them. When you're like that though, people tend to start liking you more because it's this like competitive edge. And I can't function within these competitive, like everything's so competitive nowadays. And I'm realizing this as I'm talking, but it's like blowing my mind. It's like capitalism, I think, has made us so competitive, like in the workforce and creative wise, and everything's so competitive now. And people can sit there and say that it's not true, but it fucking is. Like, especially with relationships, it's like competitive. Oh, yeah, you're not good. I'll go get another dick. I'll go get another. Like, everything's just so easily disposable, and that's fine. We should have an array of fucking options, but it's like, I'm not easily disposable. And if I am, then clearly I'm just not coming across people who I feel like connected to. And that just makes me feel like maybe I'm just not a person who's going to ever really connect well with anybody. Like I see these random videos on YouTube or just like on, just wherever I could read an excerpt in a book, a website, a blog, and it'll be these different examples of powerful, successful women who've never been able to kind of match up with another person because of their passion and their drive. And that's scary because without love, I feel like all I have is my passion and drive. So I feel like I have to either have one or the other. Love and be confined in somebody's fucking little space in a house, barefoot and pregnant, which is like beautiful. Like I love family and the thought of it and all that shit, but I don't want to be repressed either. I feel like I get approached by so many men that's asking me, do I want to have babies right now? And don't get me wrong, I would make a family right now, like once I start feeling more financially stable. But like these men, they just want to like cage me. That's why they want to have babies with me without building any type of fucking foundation. And it's either that or like these guys who are like super driven just like I am, but they don't want to take anything seriously, even though there's a lot of wealth and value with me. And it's like, if you're chasing wealth and value and you met me, do you not see the connection? You chose a higher path and God said, here you go, here's a partner. Not partner as in we gotta fucking get married, start a family today. Like, nigga, let's start a friendship. Let's build a friendship. Let's build a fucking connection. But I guess that's why people end up being so disposable, because the more we change, you know, sometimes we pick our highest path and sometimes we don't. And I just want I just wanted somebody who was going to be there through it all. Y'all got to understand, I don't have a best friend. I don't have a regular friend. I don't have like any close family members anymore because I just don't trust them. I love them and I forgive anybody for what they've done, but I still don't trust them. Like, trust has to be built and worked on, and nobody's working on it with me. Every time I try, like, y'all think I'm getting out here talking about love, dude? I tried this with my family first. I wanted to always be on FaceTime and in group chats and shit with friends and family. I can't even do that. So it's coming down to like, okay, it's hard to like remind yourself every day that you're doing your best and you're not an issue, but I feel so out of place. So yeah.